A very good evening. You're watching News 9 with me, Akshita. Well, some schools still believe that only a sound thrashing helps discipline students. An administrator of the school in AP did just that without caring for the plight of the students.
This man is brutally beating up these kids with a stick. This is VK Rao, administrator of Greenfield Private School in Kakinad village. The children as well as the administrator are visually impaired. The children are screaming and begging the administrator to stop, but the man shows no mercy. It is learned that the students were beaten after their teacher Srinivasan Rao took them to the administrator for not doing their homework. The incident was recorded on a mobile phone by another teacher in the same school who was unhappy with the way students were being treated. The incident sparked an outrage in Andhra Pradesh. Angry parents barged into the school premises and beat up the administrator. The administrator and the teacher who is seen assisting his superior in the mobile footage have been arrested. The students have been admitted to a hospital. The State Home Ministry has promised an inquiry into the matter. The State's Child Commission has also asserted that they will carry out a separate investigation. Shocking incidents of students being ill-treated inside school premises are coming to light. As such, there is an urgent need to address the issue of student safety in schools. Rahmat Kanchigar for News 9, Kakinad.
And while the anger over the Vibgyor rape incident saw no relief today, hundreds of students gathered at the Vibgyor school this morning demanding answers from the management. Here's what happened today.
It was chaos, confusion and more chaos outside Vibgyor school in Marthalli today. Hundreds of ABVP protesters arrived at their doorstep, demanding answers from the school management. A battalion of cops was dispatched in the premises to keep the protesters out, and they seem to have had a very hard time doing that. The students were initially told that representatives of the school would come out and talk to them. But when none of them bothered to step out, the protesting students demanded that they be allowed inside the premises. The cops flatly refused. The students then tried to barge into the school, but were stopped from doing so by the police. But the relentless protesters tried to make their way into the school through another gate, and this was when the violence broke out. The cops resorted to lathi charge in an attempt to keep them back. This left many students injured and some were even bleeding.
ನಾವು ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಅವರು ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಂದ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರು ಯಾರು ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ, ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಮುತ್ತಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿದಾಗ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಅವರು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಲಾಠಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ನೋಡಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಏನು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದಿನ ಗೊತ್ತಾದ್ರೆ ಇಡೀ ಸರ್ಕಾರನೇ ಬಿದ್ದೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡೋದು.
Protesters felt that Bengaluru police was protecting the people responsible for the heinous rape of a 6-year-old student within the premises.
ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅತ್ಯಾಚಾರಿಗಳು, ಪೊಲೀಸರು ಅತ್ಯಾಚಾರಿಗಳು. ಒಳಗೆ ಅನ್ಯಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದವರು ಒಳಗೆ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಯಾಕೆ ನ್ಯಾಯ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ 3 ದಿನದಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದಾರಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕ್, ಯಾಕೆ ನ್ಯಾಯ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ? ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಅನ್ಯಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ?
But it was not just the protesters who were present. Parents of the students too were present, expressing their anger against the government and the school management. They couldn't help but express their disappointment towards the outright apathy of the management while hiring Mustafa, the one arrested for raping the child, who according to the police is a repeat offender.
My daughter is also 6 years old, studying in class 1, and the incident also took place concerning a 6-year-old. So it could have happened to my daughter also. These children are not secured in school anymore. Before appointing SPI coaches, they should judge the credentials and antecedents. That person was suspended for another Whitefield school for misbehavior. Again, they appointed that person here, and they should arrange for more securities because SPA block is separate from the main building. That is itself a security threat to students, and when they are doing SP activities with male coaches, I think one lady attendant should always be present with them.
Though many protesters have been demanding that the school be shut down, several concerned parents felt that the action would jeopardize the future of their children. They instead demanded that the school come up with better security measures to prevent such incidents in the future.
We had a meeting with core team members of parents group, and we had a discussion like we don't want to close this school or like kind of move from here kind of thing, because around 1,000 students are studying here and their education will be spoiled. And one more thing is, even if you move to another school also, we don't know what is the guarantee of the security system and other things. So we would like to continue here, but at the same time we don't want to send our kids till next communication from the management. Once they come out from the meeting, then they will communicate to us like what is our next steps and how what are the demands management is accepted and all these things. According to that, we'll take action on the plans.
The loud protest by ABVP activists incited some response from the otherwise silent school management. Though not happy with their pathetic answers, the students have stated that they'll be back if the school refuses to live up to its promises. They have now given the school a deadline of 6 days to respond. Meanwhile, worried parents of the students of Vibgaya High met with Primary and Secondary Education Minister Kimmane Ratnakar along with Education Department officials and Raghavendra Auratkar. Their major concerns were the safety and future of their children who are still students of Vibgaya High. The emotionally overwhelmed parents even shed tears while expressing their dilemma to the minister.
ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ರೀಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಲೈಸೆನ್ಸ್ನ ರಿವೋಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ, ಆದರೆ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟನ್ನು ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ ಕೊಡಿ, ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಡಿ. ಸೊ ಆದಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗನೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರ್ ಎನ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳಿಸೋವಂಥ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಅವರು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕಮಿಷನರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಎರಡನೇದು ಮಾತು ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ, ಈಗ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಲ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸೈಕ್ರೋಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆದರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಯಾರು ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೋ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಮಾತ್ರ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಿಯುಕ್ತ ಮಾಡಿ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಕೆಲವರು ಆ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಆ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ನ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ
All in all, the day which began with chaos outside Vibgaya School ended with parents demanding a secure environment for their children to learn and grow. But the main question that remains unanswered is, what is the government doing to help the students? Deepak Bopanna, News 9, Bengaluru.
And well, after chaos and confusion outside the premises, the protesters were waiting for the tainted school management to address some burning questions. And when a representative arrived, he was faced to answer a volley of questions.
Representing angry students from across the state, ABVP protesters were seen outside Vibgyor School in Marathahalli trying to get the school management's attention.
Once the management comes here, what will be the demands that you will be putting forth to them?
We just want them to answer a few questions, out of which one is, why did they hush up the whole incident for nearly 10 days? It's not good on the management's part to do that. That was the basic answer that we need right now. And also, what are the other steps they're going to do, in order to ensure the safety of other children?
We have been fighting for this from past 3 days. There's no answer from the management also. So we need to put end to this. So this is the final we are doing. So this should not repeat again. That's what we are fighting for.
Now, if we take a scenario where the management does come here, now what will be the top questions that you're going to be asking them?
It was, as my friend told you, the first question will be that why the situation was delayed this time this long.
Now the question is, now the management, there's already an arrest made. Now are you satisfied with that particular arrest?
Because in the news, as far as we know, there were 2 gym instructors. What about the other guy? Why is it becoming a big news? There's just one of them who's been arrested. What about the other guy? Where is the other guy? So we cannot really hide the fact there were 2 people and just one of them has been arrested. It's not a big achievement or something. We need both of them to be arrested and both of them to be punished in a way that this does not repeat, because 6-year-old child that is a very brutal incident.
The protesters posed some tough questions which are on the minds of every Bangalorean. Why did the school management hush up the issue for over 10 days? What are the security measures in place to avoid such incidents in the future? And the most important of all, did the authorities of Vibgyor School connive in this crime? If not, had they bothered to conduct a background check on Mustafa, as he is a repeat offender? A representative of the tainted school finally stepped out of the fortress, but his response was only flimsy and unsatisfactory.
We have an HR department. The background verification is done by the HR department. That is submitted to the department.
Now, when you say now the HR department did a background check, why wasn't it notified that this person was dismissed on the basis of misconduct from a previous institution?
That's what I'm telling you, sir. I don't have anything to comment on this one right now.
Was there a background check done on the person?
We have submitted the document, whatever the department.
But we are asking you not about the documents. On this person who has been arrested, did you do a background check before appointing him in the school?
Everybody, then we have submitted the report to them.
The school representative chose to pass the buck on to their HR department rather than address the issue directly. If this is to be believed, that the apparent negligence of the HR team led to the horrifying rape of the 6-year-old girl, then the school management needs to be immediately pulled up for it. It seems like the representative tried to appeal to the crowd by talking about the new security arrangements undertaken by the school authorities.
So 3 things already we have started implementing as per the instruction by the parents. The CCTV in each room, the CCTV that we are already started, and the security staff we are increasing, female staff we are increasing. These all we have already started. Security staff, and then after that? Security female staff they require. These are the some points it is given by the parents, and the remaining the parents are already having a meeting, and the management is also participating in that meeting. I have to get it that one, then we have to talk about it.
We also heard that there's an agency which is appointing teachers and all your staff. Now is there an agency which is...
No, that we have our own HR team to do everything.
But the parents were not convinced. They raised questions as to why the school was openly renting out the pool to strangers, jeopardizing the safety of students.
We have already the security measures with us.
Now you are telling the security measures were there. So why did this happen?
That is what, sir, that I told you. I don't have an answer.
One more question. You just denied when he asked if there's anything being outsourced. We also heard that the swimming pool was being given on rent to outsiders who come and swim. Is that a fact?
Though the crowd was in the premises demanding answers, the school representative seemed bankrupt on its assurances. But he did promise the crowd that they were cooperating with investigations and assured them the safety of students was their primary concern.
We assure you that we are also cooperating with the department and we are also trying our level best to do the things in the campus. And even the parents, I feel, we are also talking with the parents also. They also want to cooperate with us, and I think things will go on in a good way. Okay, I assure you that we will take care of all sorts of security things, because the child who is there inside, we consider that they are our children.
But clearly those were no answers, and nor were there assurances. The pressing questions on Mustafa's perverted mind were ignored by the management. Even as the management grappled amidst the crisis, the question that needs to be raised to the police is why has there been no action initiated against the school? Deepak Bopana for News 9.